Welcome to the Child Care Director's Chair, the podcast for bold educators who are ready to lead, grow, and shake things up in early childhood education. Whether you are a teacher eyeing that lead role, a lead stepping into leadership, or a center owner dreaming big, this is your space to grow with purpose and leave your mark. Hosted by heart-centered leadership coach Erica Saccoccio, each episode brings you real talk, actionable tools, and a contagious laugh or two, all designed to help you step into your next level with confidence. So pour your coffee, pop in those earbuds, and take your seat, because your leadership journey starts right now in the Child Care Director's Chair.
Hey guys, so I know it's pretty late and we are almost done, and I can't even tell you, I can't believe you've tuned into all of these episodes today. Thank you so much. You know, one day your time in this role is going to come to an end. And that's just the reality. Maybe you'll move on to a new opportunity, maybe you'll retire, or maybe life will simply take you in a different direction. But the question that lingers, the one that matters the most, is this. When people speak your name after you're gone, what will they say? Did you leave a mark, or did you just clock in and clock out? Legacy isn't about the titles, the paychecks, or even the years of service, to be honest. It's about the imprint that you leave on hearts, minds, and the culture that you have built along the way. You know, we often think legacy is about doing something big, something memorable enough to be written in history books. But the truth is, legacy is built in the small, everyday moments, the things that didn't look so flashy, but leave a lasting impression. It's in the way that you greet your staff every morning. It's how you bend down to look a child in the eye and call them by name. It's the compassion you show when a parent is struggling to make tuition, or when a teacher is on the brink of burnout. Think back to the leader who shaped you the most. Do you remember every meeting that they ran, or every email they sent, or maybe even every policy they put in place? Probably not. But you do remember how they made you feel. The engagement, the respect, maybe even the tough love that helped you grow. That's the truth about legacy. It's really built in the spotlight. It's built in the shadows of everyday, ordinary moments that you choose to make extraordinary. Now, you can run the tightest ship in childcare, spotless classrooms, perfectly aligned lesson plans, the most efficient systems. But let's be real, years from now, people won't be talking about how many inspections you passed or how smooth your payroll system was. What they'll remember is how you treated them. Did you show up with fairness? Did you listen when they had a concern? Did you treat them like a person instead of just a name on a schedule? Respect and dignity are the cornerstones of legacy leadership. Your staff may forget the curriculum you enforced, but they'll never forget if you stayed up late to help them get through that rough day. Parents won't remember the exact newsletter you sent, but they'll remember if you spoke to them with empathy, even when they were embarrassed, or they were scared, or they were stressed. Respect is sticky, and it stays with people long after the details fade. You know, one of the hardest parts about legacy leadership is that you often don't get to see the full harvest of the seeds that you plant. You pour into teachers, you encourage their confidence, you model leadership for them. But sometimes they won't step into their full potential until many years later. And you may not even know or even be there to witness it. But that doesn't mean it's wasted. Think of a staff member who goes on to direct their own center because you believed in them when no one else did. Or the parent who becomes an advocate for early childhood education because you gave them the courage to use their voice. Or even the child who grows up remembering the love and stability they felt in your center. Oh, that's a good one. That really is a good one. And I have been very lucky enough to have that. That carries forward into their own family someday, which is why I have so many children who I had their parents as students. That legacy is often invisible in the moment, but it's real and it's powerful. I promise you. Here's the thing about leadership in childcare. Your influence doesn't end at your childcare center's doors. Every child you nurture, every family you support, every staff member you encourage, they all carry your legacy into the community. When you partner with local businesses, when you advocate for stronger childcare policies, when you step into your role as a respected voice in your town, you're extending your legacy far beyond the enrollment list. And it shows up in the parent who is more confident at work because of the care you provide. It shows up in the staff member who brings that sense of dignity and professionalism into every future job that they take moving forward. And it shows up in the way that your community values childcare because of how you modeled its importance. Your building might have 4 walls, but your legacy has no boundaries. So let me ask you this. If tomorrow was your last day in leadership, how would people remember you? Would they say that you were compassionate, that you were steady, that you were inspiring? Maybe you were someone who pushed them to grow while still making them feel supported. Or would they say you were too busy, you were too rigid, you were too focused on the checklist to really connect? Here's the truth. Legacy leadership isn't about being perfect, and I say that a lot. It's about being intentional, which I also say a lot. Every word you speak, every decision you make, every interaction you have is either adding or subtracting from the story that people will tell about you. So write that story on purpose. Write it in a way that when people speak your name years from now, they smile, they nod, they say, I'm better because of them. That's legacy. As I reach a different season in my life, I bought myself a birthday present, which is funny because I don't really normally even like birthday gifts. But I decided that I was going to work with my friends Kate and Carrie, and I'm going to write a book. Now, I know I've co-written a book before with 10 or 11 other amazing women entrepreneurs. But I'm going to write my own book about using my own voice and the legacy that I am leaving, I guess I will say, the legacy that I'm leaving and the one that I'm still writing. And, that's what I want for you. I want you to be able to leave your legacy and understand that every action that you do or don't do has impact far beyond what you ever can imagine. So I'll leave you with that. Now, before we close, I do want to say a big thank you to Jackrabbit Care. I thank them for believing in me. I'm just a little podcaster, and, they're a national company, and they decided that I was going to be the one that they bet on. And so I'm extremely grateful for them to be the sponsor of our podcast. If you are really struggling with communicating with your families, maybe you're struggling with running the business end, or maybe you're just tired of the app that you have, maybe working and not working, scrolling, not pulling out tuition when it's supposed to on Monday or Sunday, or, whatever challenges you have. I'm going to say these are really nice people. You should give them a shot. So I will leave you with that. I cannot believe that we are heading in to our last episode to celebrate International Podcast Day. So I'll see you in the next one.
That's a wrap for this episode of the Child Care Director's Chair, where we believe leaders aren't born, they're grown. If something sparked for you today, share it, shout it out, or pass it along to the next bold changemaker in childcare. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and stay connected with Erica Saccoccio for more real talk leadership tools and a whole lot of inspiration. Until next time, lead with heart, grow with fire, and always remember, the chair is yours. Now own it.